Hey everyone, good morning. Peace, love, and enlightenment to you, right? Yeah, that's what we need. Anyway, I'm making this video because guess what? It's bailout time. It's bailout the government time. I'm so freaking excited. I've been waiting for years for this. Sunday, July 24th at 12 noon, we're bailing out the government system. Shutting down for 7 days. No banks, no schools, no work. Nothing. No communications, no cell phones, no TV. Shut the fuck down. We're shutting the fuck down. Now listen, this is a very important movement, okay? This is coming up against the one world system. You know, the people who tax you all day to work and put imaginary borders up. There's no borders. It's Mother Earth. We all live here. We're supposed to live here for free. So, we're tired of all the nonsense, right? This is your opportunity to be a part of a starseed movement. That's what I'm calling it, okay? We're done with the race wars. We're done with politics. We're done with the religions. Bail out for 7 days. That's all I'm asking you. Call your jobs and be sick right now for the 24th for 7 days. Call your schools or whatever. Tell them, something came up. We can't deal for 7 days. I don't care how you got to do it or what you got to tell your boss man or the school teachers or the bank systems. But I need you to bail out people. I believe if we do this, we can fix this whole system. We can clean the air, the water, Mom Earth, us. Right? We can stop hating. We can stop the separation of the races. Right? There is an ego force, masculine ego entity that rules this planet. And we're shutting it down. Enough is enough. I've been watching my people march since 1960. Protesting, getting sprayed by hoses and dogs and lynched and hung and imprisoned. Marching is not doing anything but wearing out your damn shoes and making your legs sore. Okay?
So I'm not looking for great crowds. Most of the great crowd, you can get a great crowd where 1 million will show up if you're compromising on the principle.
We chose that this is the road we would go rather than be manipulated and controlled by something or someone else. Now that's a happy choice. That's a choice that a lot of people don't even know they have. So now the fact that you made that choice, you must be a happy warrior.
Somebody
it
has
must
to be
be a
strong.
joyful time.
I wouldn't
you
have
fight
to be
better
as
when
strong
you have
as I am.
Even
If I
when
saw
it comes
some
to the
others
point where you
doing
have to
strong
take
like
an
that,
enemy's
I
head
could
off, do it
tone
with a
down.
smile.
But I'm feeling such desperation to get the message out, to try to plant the seed in those who are strong enough that the walls of their heart, the walls of the uterus of their minds, metaphorically speaking, can hold that revolutionary life and not abort it.
I am a god, you...
Niggas, you crazy. Once again.
Nigga, you got to be crazy! Nigga, you got to be crazy!
For certain reasons, pull back from me and I look up and they ain't with me no more. I don't give a damn. I love them still, but I keep on pushing because somebody has to hold the line. And I'm going to hold the line. Back against the wall on the 1 inch line. I'm holding the line. Throw down's down and I'm still holding the line. You ain't going in, cracker.
Yeah, okay. So you had did the stepping away from the society or stepping away from technology type of thing, and you said you was on. Tell me about what led up to that, or.
Right. So I did the 7-day bail out of technology, bail out of the government. Just don't deal. Just sit and quiet. Don't talk. Just sit. So I'm sitting. The first day, I'm in it maybe 6 hours, and I hear you've been poisoned by your television sets. This is what I hear in my head.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, was, I don't watch all that stuff. But so I'm talking in my own head, and I hear, yeah, but you get poisoned by out of plasma, the plasma screen, to where you're glowing at night. You're glowing in the dark. So I took the TVs out of my house. On the first day.
Yeah.
So that's what I was contacting you about, that the radiation or whatever that is that was coming out of the TV is instantly out of my apartment. It's gone.
Yeah, so I guess you then you powering up your space. Like I used to kick it about that. I used to go in hard about the radiations, all of the radiations, cause you got the electrical grid that's in your walls, that's hard body. Then you got your televisions that got two radiations. You got the radiation that's emanating from the circuitry and the devices that's within the electronics itself. But then you have the radiation from the programming and the lights that's coming off of the screen. So it's two type of radiations that's hitting you. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that does fill your house up. I got a friend who I used to be killing it. I used to be telling him, like, yo, you need to slow down on them TVs, cause most people like to have the TV on all day, don't never turn it off. I got some people who actually leave their house and leave the TV on, so like that radiation accumulates into the elements around, and it definitely infuses your crib, or it kind of soaks up your crib with that bad actual energy, you know what I'm saying, besides any type of spiritual crazy stuff that they got coming from the programs or the television shows themselves, you know.
Exactly. I could feel it immediately. Like, as soon as I unplugged everything out of the walls, like when I unplugged the out of the wall and I unplugged that cable box,
yeah,
everything just went poof. Everything just shut down. I unplugged the the freezer, the stove, everything just went down.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. When I talk about the TV, I was going to talk about the refrigerators too. The freezer part gives off bad radiation. I mean, the refrigerator, period. But you know what I'm saying? The radiation is everywhere. But yeah, go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you short like that.
I'm telling you, so the refrigerator was off. I didn't want to plug it back in. Like, the difference is tremendous. Like, walking into my spot is completely different. It's very, it's more natural.
Yeah.
So I've been out of the 7-day bail since yesterday at 12 noon. And stuff I still I'm not going to plug in. Like, I don't need stuff to be plugged in.
Yeah.
So, reaching out to you as Master Teacher to say, yo, what's up with all that glowing and stuff, brother? Like, I thought I was doing better. I thought, I was conscious, enough not to watch, propaganda and craziness. I thought I was using it for my own use, and I was still being poisoned.
Yeah. I mean, the levels is deep, you know what I'm saying? No matter what, I mean, because of the wrong forces are in power, everything is poison. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? It's never a point that you're not getting poisoned. It's just about trying to arrange things so that the poison is outside, so that when you come to your sacred space, you know what I'm saying, you don't have the poisons in your area. Even though you still got them there, so you have to make that as less as you can. You know what I'm saying? Some people can do it, some people is not prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because you got when you talk about the radiation in the house and all of that, that's a level that people is not really prepared. They can talk this, that, and the third, you know what I'm saying, health this and health that, but once you start talking about the environment and what you need to keep out of your environment, because that goes to the level of when I was just talking about the the electronic circuitry in your house, just because you live in a house that is equipped for electricity, you're already like stepping into a death trap.
Right, exactly.
So even when you not plugging stuff in, if your house is wired, you're already in a box.
Coming out of the pockets anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, when you're talking about the unplugging, that's a whole nother level too. Cause I grew up I'm old school, so I grew up with, you know what I'm saying, you need to turn stuff off. So with the signs, understanding that you need to turn stuff off, you know what I'm saying, I used to, you know what I'm saying, check out stuff. And yeah, I unplug everything. Like, I don't leave anything plugged up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause you don't want that active river. Cause once you plug it up, that's like you made a river of bad energy. You know what I'm saying? Which is the electricity or whatever the case may be. Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, we go through periods where we go in hard body, then we relax, and then we may indulge, even though we may not say it is indulging, or we become less, or we become tolerant of not being so hard body on other people. So that's how we kind of fall back into those grooves. Cause I was real hard body when it came to the radiation, because you got the phones with the cell.
Yeah, I won't put it to my head. I will not put a cell phone to my head. I just won't do it.
Yeah. So you got the Wi-Fi thing now. Like, they want Wi-Fi everywhere. They're trying to Wi-Fi the parks. You know what I'm saying? So there's no.
It's already done here. I'm in Sacramento, the capital of California. It's already done here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You go with a computer, you Wi-Fi it up. Every place you go here in Sacramento is Wi-Fi.
Yeah, that's a rough one, because you got the Wi-Fi, but before the Wi-Fi was even pushed, it was a telecommunication thing with the phones and the cell phone towers. And they actually did studies where that radiation was making people critically sick. So I used to tell people about the point is not that don't make you critically sick, but that's evidence that actually can make a human body critically sick. So
definitely.
So the accumulation of that type of energy in the airwaves in itself is very sickening. So some people maybe they can't tolerate that. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the recessive body, so they taking on those principles because they're recessive. You know what I'm saying? When they flood the airwaves, whether you're recessive or not, eventually you're gonna become acceptable to these radiations, and then the future generations who grew up in this, you may talk about adapting. Really, that's gonna de-evolve their body just by being up in that and thinking that's a way of life. You know what I'm saying? It's real sick. It's real sick.
I'm watching it here. The 7 years that I've been here in California, I've watched the children play under the radiation towers. That's where they have all the parks.
Yeah.
Especially in the hood. In the hood, they got them over top of the children's heads. Something's going on. I don't know if they amped it up or it's just that I'm becoming more aware. But
yeah, you know what happened? The thing was, when you clear your body out, you know what I'm saying, like your sensation or your radar field or your aura, your hairs interact with those invisible vibrations. So the more you clear yourself out, the more you actually are making communications with that. So your journey of clearing yourself out is what made it so it's more prevalent to you to know, because everybody dulling their body down so they don't even feel the attack, even though they being attacked. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They don't even feel it. They have no idea. So I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like hypersensitive to electricity. Like I have a with electricity. I own electricity, and electricity's been following me all my life that I've been of, and like showing up in the room with me. So it's like electricity is like crazy right now. Like I can feel it coming off the power poles outside.
Yeah. Yeah, you really cleared yourself out.
Yeah, it's from the deep to, like I've had another awakening and I've moved up a level. Yeah, so now it's like I feel like I'm allergic to, not my electricity, but their electricity. I have to put it like that. It's like they've been on some kind of bad mission or something.
Yeah. The crazy thing about you saying that is I don't know if I had told you before, but I usually have this conversation when I tell people when the cell phones first came out, I kind of had one. You know what I'm saying? I think first they had beepers, then they had three-ways and all these cute things, and then the cell phone kind of became a regular thing. Like but you know what I'm saying, they was still going through their craziness of they of how they was working and people, you know what I'm saying, having bills, but then you know what I'm saying the phone wasn't working properly and this, that, and the third. So in the beginning I had a cell phone. The operations on how they had the cell phone was kind of grimy, so it pissed me off to the point that I never wanted one. I got it turned off. I was like, the hell with this garbage. These dudes is jipping. You know what I'm saying? You paying for months and you only getting like a week out of that shit because the other time is going through some shit. So for about 10 years, because it took about 10 years before they actually got it right so that everybody want the cell phone and the cell phone is what it is. So I never had that radiation on my body. You know what I'm saying? If I used a phone, it was a pay phone or a house phone. So when I finally got a phone, somebody gave me a phone because they was so pissed off the fact that I refused to have a phone that they thought I couldn't pay for a phone. They gave me one like, yo son, you need to hold this down. You know what I'm saying? We need to get in contact with you. You know what I'm saying? You doing this thing. You need to reach out and touch people. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they think they doing me a favor when really they, you know what I'm saying? This is the part of when you go down the road and you awaken, the people around you become your worst enemy because they don't understand, so they drag you into the gutter, even when they got love for you. So when I got the phone, because I didn't have that type of radiation on me for it had to be at least 10 years. You know what I'm saying? While everybody else is getting tied into the, you know what I'm saying, the three-ways and all the other extra stuff they had going on. And then the phones, everybody started having a phone. The first 2 weeks that I had the phone, I felt it messing with my body.
Yeah. I believe you. Because I can't hold the cell phone. Like right now I'm talking to you. The phone is on the couch on speakerphone. I can't even hold the phone.
Yeah.
It burns my hand and it's shock. It doesn't feel like it's shocking me. It feels like I'm shocking it if I try to pick it up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So it's like my electric wave is like it's kind of like repelling what these folks are emitting on Earth. It's like that's how I feel. It's like I feel some kind of pressure. Like if I put my hand right now up to the phone, I can feel like my hand it's like pushing the phone back.
Yeah.
There's a force here.
Yeah, well, it's a bad energy. So it's not, even though it's electric, it's not the same electric as our bodies. So that's why when we come in contact with it or these things, they're not complementary, or they don't just fuse into us as an extra extension of us. They actually are oppositional forces. So that's why I was saying. Oh, that's why I was saying the phone when I got it. Like in the first 2 weeks, I actually felt it messing with my orientations, messing with, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt it because the detox I was on was a lifestyle detox. So, you know what I'm saying? I had already changed the nature of my body to not deal with that stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I felt all of the changes of just having it near me. Really, the first day, but it took like a week for me to really just observe all of the ways that it disrupts the body. Then I started looking at other people like, okay, you ain't on point, or you never took your body to its right nature, so you couldn't even understand what I'm telling you these objects are doing to you. So you don't understand that it's a war against your body, because they have different forms of waves that they could use that would not be harmful to the body, but they choose to use these harmful waves.
Of course.
You
To
know?
make the humans sick to get their medications. It's all, to control and dominate, the ego thing they be on. But I'm glad that you explained that to me. See, I knew it was two different types of electricity, but you broke it down when you said that their electronics is an opposition of my electronics.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I heard. I'm putting it in the way I heard you say it.
Yeah, that's exactly how I said it.
Right, okay, good. So, because I write down stuff when you're talking to the important part. So that's it.
Thanks.
It's like an opposition is a force against me. And that's why when I go to reach out for it, like my hand, it's like, no, don't pick it up.
Yeah.
I'm like that around, other chemicals too. I'm like that around cigarettes. Like, don't do that. You know what I mean? It's actually, it hurts. It like affects my body.
Yeah. You know what that is? That's your body talking. So it's telling you that that's that element or whatever that material is a danger to the body.
Yeah,
So naturally when you go to it, it wants to reject it. But see, based on the peoples who've been trained socially, they just go for stuff. Because they go for it. They don't listen to their body when their body says, yo, listen, that's poisonous, that's dangerous, don't mess with it. So you know what I'm saying? When you come to the fields, because you can't see the fields, so your body has to be on point to see the fields or to feel them. When you come in contact with that, those things, they destroy your field, so you can be more susceptible to becoming sick or sick in general. You know what I'm saying? Or it weakens you so that another force might sicken you. And this is a part of that cycle, you know what I'm saying, to keep you perpetually linked to the hospitals.
I need to bring this another step. Same topic though. The same TV screens, that same that those emissions that are being cast on us.
Are you talking about the chemtrails?
I'm gonna call them opposition emissions. Okay.
Yeah.
I can't. There's places I can't go anymore. Like I can't go into a club.
Yeah.
Like a nightclub. I can't go in a nightclub where they're drinking and the music's going and all that electricity is pumping out. My body, I just can't even vibe. I can't deal with it.
Yeah. That's a I was gonna say that's another level of the radiation, because those type of places, they have the lights, and the radiation from the lights also affect the body. Then you got the vibration of the people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't, you know what I'm saying, me personally, I can't rock like that either. Some people rock like that, they say it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever. Even though they say they step forth to be on another level. But when you mentally put yourself on another level, then you physically put yourself on another level. So certain places you're not supposed to even be comfortable rocking in. You know what I'm saying? So
This teacher that literally hurt my being, my whole body, my whole psyche, my whole personality. Just I can't do it. I'm allergic. It's bad medicine.
yeah, most
Mhm.
definitely. Most definitely. You know,
And so these emissions and these electronics, for some reason, I just feel like that I needed to say this. So now this generation that comes out, because I'm old school, I was born in '60. This newer generation, they come out and first thing they do is they get the children cell phones.
yeah.
Babies have cell phones. And they're brainwashed. It's crazy. Crazy. So they have used this technology as warfare.
Yeah, it definitely is, because well, how can I say? They put
You know what I'm
forth
saying?
you was about to say something?
Go ahead.
Oh, now I was saying they
Go
put
ahead.
forth the evidence that what they do is foul, so they can spiritually wash their hands of any fallback on their diabolical intents and diabolical moves. Then they socially advertise these abominations as a good look. So now, how you just said the children get the cell phones now, that's because it's been pushed as yo, you need this for your kids. I think they began that push by saying that, putting the fear factor about if you don't give your kids a phone, they're gonna get kidnapped and you ain't gonna know what to do, how to get them. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You gotta have a tracking device on them and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's another level of the phone. But also, once they push the phones on the children, they already, like, there's been documentaries, people doing their own stuff, and even their own tests or experiments. They understand that cell phone energy affects the brains of a growing body. So, like, realistically, you're not even supposed to have a cell phone until you fully developed. And for some people, fully developed is like 23.
Okay now.
Fully developed, you know what I'm saying, for black people is like 18, 19. So now they giving phones to elementary school children. They're showing their diabolical intent, because that would be against the law. And they talk about the time limit that it takes, like at least 10 minutes with the cell phone to the head is actually deforming, destroying the brain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now you're going to give this phone to a child. Naturally, they're going to be killing the phone. You know what I'm saying? 10 minutes ain't nothing.
Peace, love, and light.
But you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it gets real deep when it comes to the war, because that would be a automatic no-no.
I can touch it, really.
And that's whether you got the Bluetooth too, because the Bluetooth is just an extension of the radiation from the phone to the head, but it's still a signal source.
I had to get that. That's
I
some good
won't use
stuff
it.
right there.
I will not put a Bluetooth. I just automatically knew that wasn't cool. I'm not even cool putting speakers in my ears. You know, the new, those beat boxes and...
Yeah.
And I'm not even cool with that, brother, because they switch the tones. I do a lot of studying. They've messed with the hertz and they've messed with beats.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's why I can't even, I'm a music freak. They've even messed with my music.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to be able to listen to the raunchiest music. I can't even listen to it no more.
Yeah, it's
I was to listen to some raunchy music and not hear the words, but enjoy the music, the beats. Now, they switched the beats. It's like I'm in some type of Mandela effect. It's like I woke up and now I'm in a whole different level of earth somewhere, brother. And I'm like, what is this?
yeah. That's the whole journey of transforming your body, and this is where I get real critical. Where I kind of say, real versus fake versus half-ass. If you don't physically promote transforming the body, then you really don't care about the people. If you just spit knowledge, oh, I got all this knowledge for you, knowledge this and history that and history that, but you don't teach them to actually transform their body. On a certain level, you got health. A lot of people need to understand how to be healthy.
Right.
But
I'm still waiting on that. Go ahead, brother, teach.
but nobody speaks about actually transforming the body. So the foods that's like the beginning stage. That's like kindergarten. You know what I'm saying? No one talks
Right.
about the actual. I think back in the days they used to talk about the human brain, and people only use 5% of their brain, and that's between 5 and 10%. You know what I'm saying? No one's really teaching how to use 50% of your brain, 60 or 80,
Exactly.
and no one's talking about how your body is its own instrument, where you can imagine your body being as intelligent as you are if you took your brain out of it, and that's still you.
Exactly.
So you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's why I go in. That's why I definitely differ than a lot of people out
Nobody,
here talking.
right, I need to hit on that one. Nobody's teaching that the brain is a computer. And they made or have these folks, they can't even use none of their brain. Not even 1%.
Yeah,
They don't, yeah, man, it's like, nobody wants to transform. They're talking a lot of stuff, but ain't nobody transforming our body.
yeah, that's the key right there.
I see them in the gym. Oh, they might be on Instagram flexing that they conscious and and they in the community and and they putting in that work, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean, I'm a West African dancer. I got muscles. Okay, I mean that don't make you smart. That don't give you wisdom.
yeah,
That doesn't make you levitate.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
So
true.
So,
That's
all right, so there's a warfare. The warfare is not only chemical, because, I'm being dumped. I'm so glad that you saw that video where they're just pouring chemicals, just pouring. You can see the hole where it's just coming out of
yeah. That
that
looks
sun.
serious. That look extra serious.
Uh-huh.
I don't mean to cut that short, but when I see your videos, I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Brother,
I mean, it's like how can I say this?
Peace and
When I
love. I'm on my way
when
out,
I
but of
see
course,
where you
I
at,
gotta show you this halo
and the
in the
fact that
sky one
you're
more time
in that
because
place
it's constantly
where
over my head,
where you actually
and I
have a
love
ring in the
it.
sky,
And
like
I
I
wish y'all
mean,
could see it in person because it's
where you
awesome.
live looks like
And
science
peace and
fiction
love. I'm out.
as
Come on,
far as
people.
the
Let's roll. We
view
gotta go.
of being able to see planets or whatever the case may be. Cause I'm over here in New York, and all I can do is see is clouds. You know what I'm saying?
right.
I went down south. I can see stars. But where you at looks like, you know what I'm saying, looks like a Star Wars or a Star Trek sky.
Brother,
Like,
I'm in some kind of fucking portal, brother. I'm some kind of fucking place. Where am I, brother? Where
yeah,
am I? I'm telling you. I'm in a Mandela. Something happened here. here.
Yeah, and where you at looks fantastically beautiful. And when I see that part, and then I see the blast of chemtrails they laying down over there. Because you got like the aerosol effect. I hate the aerosol effect. And you got it heavy over there. The aerosol effect is really when they trying to kill something.
Oh yeah.
Over here during 2012, 2013, and a little bit of 10 and 11, we had the aerosol effect over here because we were starting to see stuff. So they put it down, and now they kind of eased off of it. But they still got the regiment that destroys the sky. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the view that you have of outer space and seeing special planets that people don't see is marvelous. And then, but then I see the chemtrails. It hurts my heart because I'm like, yo, I know if that nasty, disgusting warfare that they put up wasn't in the picture, that would be miraculous where you at. I'm sure it is miraculous on top of that, but I'm just saying, the absence of the virus, people don't understand what we're going on, you know?
No, have no idea. Teacher, I literally have to encapsulate myself in the bubble. Literally.
Yeah.
Because I got power like that. Right? Because, you know, they sprayed me. You know, I was caught filming them spraying. They caught me. And they sprayed me in the dog, brother. They sprayed me. With military, they sprayed me down at the river. Tons and tons and tons and tons of it. I mean, where I was poisoned in a dog. I had to go get this, I had to go get some silver. I had to get some caloric silver. I had to get a whole bunch of stuff to heal myself.
And then that's tough too because they poison the skies, but from poisoning the skies, that lay on the land, and it ain't going nowhere until the rain come and wash it away, which really is only soaking it into the ground, making it more ingrained into the land.
It only rains here from Thanksgiving to my birthday, January.
Oh. And then you got it going in the river, which they poison the waters. But they poison the waters everywhere. It's ridiculous what they're doing to the water.
Listen, brother, but they just put the water back in the river. Ain't been no water in the river for 4 years. I live in the desert. They had us in a drought. They took all the water out of California. Now we got water in the river.
And they unpoison it.
Alright, I know, brother, if I see 6 squirrels, 10 butterflies, and 7 bees all day long, I've seen a lot. What I noticed is, like, I'm in some type of matrix vortex, a portal. I don't know where I am, but I'm telling you, it's not like anywhere else. You see the videos. The seeing is believing. I mean, I feel like I could take a rock literally and hit it. That's how close it is. But nobody sees it.
Yeah. That's kind of the oblivious nature. That kind of brings the conversation back around to the radiation, which is why I wanted to have the conversation with you, because you live in an environment that's dealing with planetary radiation. Because right there, it looks like just how you said, you can reach out and touch it. You got a halo in the sky that's not the camera. You know what I'm saying? That's something totally different.
It covers the whole city. It covers the whole entire city. Look up Sacramento. It covers the whole city. That's how huge it is.
And dealing with the radiation of the phones, the cell phones, like they slow grind, so they don't just put something out there because they know everybody. If you put something out there, everybody gonna look. But if they put pieces out or seeds and then let it evolve, so they let this radiation campaign evolve from the cell phones. You know what I'm saying? It could have been the 2 ways. It could have been the beepers. You know what I'm saying? But
that's how it starts.
once they got the telecommunications where they could send it through the waves or the towers, that's when they really implemented how they knew it was gonna be on point. So they can use this to downgrade the people, and then keep their minds inside of a screen, basically going into the Matrix, or I would say Lawnmower Man. There was a movie called Lawnmower Man.
I'm gonna write that down. Okay.
And the guy, he was a dumb guy. So the experiment was they're gonna take this dumb guy, make him intelligent, link him up to the computers, and make him extra smart. So what happened was, he got extra smart. His brain actually became 100%. So he got telekinesis. He started pulling things out the air. He started seeing dimensions, and his body wasn't enough for him no more. So he was like, I'm gonna go into the computer and be every computer on the planet. So now, this was meant as a movie to talk about his body or talk about his mind. It was basically a mind, the greatest thing is the mind type of thing. But now that I think back, and now that I just said what I just said, this is the modern day world of the cell phone, where I'm gonna go into the computer and I'm going to be every computer on the world. So the iPhone is going into the computer, and you reaching out to every single person on the planet.
Yes.
So
Apple.
Yeah, I mean so the whole thing is about, okay, once I take your mind out of nature and put it in the phone, now you don't look around. You know what I'm saying?
They don't look up. They don't look around. They don't look.
So they don't see. So they don't see the war. You know what I'm saying?
They don't see. Oh, they don't see the brothers. That's it right there. You need to do a video right there. They don't see the war.
And then when you
I seen you in the midst of 1,000 people at the Black Arts Festival. You're around my brothers and sisters. They don't see the friggin' chemtrail you pointed out in the video. They don't see that big ass loom.
Yeah.
They don't big ass tube. A boar over their head.
Yeah. That'd be
for them.
Yeah, that'd be at every black festival. I always point out the chemtrails, and no one pays attention. No one points it out. And I make a point of looking up at the sky and seeing how many people are gonna look up at the sky with me, and then I start pointing, and they still don't pay no attention. So yeah, the whole thing is about making you look to the ground, because the shortest distance between your head and a solid surface is the ground. So they'll make your vision or your attention span as short as possible. So if you're looking at your screen, you're looking down. And then if you take the screen out the way, you're looking at your feet. So you're not looking outside or far or distance or range. You're just looking at what's exactly in front of your face.
Master teacher, I walk around this place. I live alone. I am by myself here. Yeah, I have a brother here, but he's in another world. I'm in my own world here. Yeah. I walk around these people, and they'll stop me and go, "What are you videotaping?" And I'll go, "Don't you see that big, huge ball or planet or spacecraft or ship or big circle in the sky?" And they'll go to look up, and they can't. They start blinking real hard, and they'll have to put their...
What you said?
All these people here wear these sunglasses.
Yeah.
They put these sunglasses, and they still can't look up, not even with the sunglasses on. They go, I can't look up, it's too bright.
It's crazy. It's a de-evolution of the body.
They got $400 Ray-Ban sunglasses on their faces outside, and they still can't look up at the sun, because you saw my videos. There's some kind of crazy beams coming out them sun.
You might want to ask yourself, what is that?
Oh yeah, that beam thing. Yeah. I saw. Yeah. That was a bugged out one too. You know.
Yeah. So when you look up, that beam hits their ass, and it makes them look back down. Yeah. And they'll go, "Oh, I can't. It hurts me."
The Hopi
Yeah.
prophecy.
And they'll go, but what your video sounds very interesting. But what is, but if I show them
Many
a
planets
picture,
in our
then they'll go,
system.
oh, what is that?
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that
But
is
they
kind of
can't.
bugged out.
I love the beans.
Yeah, I ain't gonna front.
They,
Some of the stuff you be saying sound
Yeah.
kind of crazy,
all right,
but then you be having those videos,
I'm going in.
and the videos
Come on,
they
people, let's
speak
go.
their own language of what the hell is that.
Yeah, call it what you want.
Okay.
Call it what you want to call it. I'm going to call it the Nibiru Halo Box because that's what I read about. Okay?
Yeah.
I tell people, call it whatever you want.
It's definitely something extra.
Just tell me you see it. Okay?
Yeah.
Just my house, knock on my door. When I come, see, because the thing is out there right now, 24/7. It's even out there over the moon.
Yeah. Yeah, you
I
showed
thought
it.
the thing when the two suns set. We know we got two suns, right?
Yeah,
So when
everybody don't know that though.
Right, of course they don't notice that. It says that it gets. Your sun says today is going to set over there at 8:17 today. Say that 8:16 today, right? But your sun ain't going to set to 9:17, brother. It's going to be a whole hour later. People don't even know it's still friggin' daylight outside.
Yeah, that's
They don't even realize it.
the fact that you said the two suns. That's why I was remembering during that time period what I just said. They was really going hard body in the skies over here in New York.
Yeah.
That's when they was going crazy. When people started to say they can see two suns in the sky.
Yeah, when they start saying
because they wanted to cover that up. So that was like 2011, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Where they was blocking the sky so people couldn't see. Because if when they actually start to look and they don't see nothing, then they're gonna be like, oh, those people are just bugging.
Brother, you see, I put a telescope on and show you. I can show you with a naked eye. I put a telescope on and show. I'm like, it's right there. They can't see it. I can taste and smell the chemicals in the food and the meat. Let me tell you something. I even had to go to the cannabis shops here. You know, I was dealing in the AIDS world. I'm trying to help people, get their lives together.
Yeah.
I had to go to cannabis shops and say, yo, y'all got to stop getting that outdoor cannabis, giving it to sick people, yo. And they're like, yo, Clavon, what are you talking about, Goddess? What are you talking about? I'm like, they're spraying this shit. Don't you see they're poisoning the medicine? All the organic crops here are no good.
Yeah.
They have poisoned the food, the water, the fish, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother conversation right there about the poisoning. We just talking about radiation and it's getting kind of big.
Yeah. So between the radiation, which we touched on the radiation chemical warfare. Well, no, the radiation warfare we talked about with the technology warfare, with the chemical warfare, right? With the pharmaceutical warfare, the water is poisoned, the air is polluted warfare, right?
Yeah, yeah. To a certain level, it's still all radiation because you got the fumes that's coming off. That's radiation too.
That's radiation. See, I knew it. See, I knew it. I'm telling you, my spiritual guide led me to you, brother. Led me to you.
Oh, thanks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. This is the one you need to talk to right here. You know, I go, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. The whole, so you're telling me that, so what you're telling me is that the whole thing is, what kind of warfare is it then? Radiation? The whole thing?
Yeah, radiation.
Guess what, brother? It just hit me. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. Them beams coming out of that sun machine. I guarantee you that's radiation.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, most definite. Most definite.
Alright, so what I'm asking you, Master Teacher, is the technology, the chemtrails, the pharmacy, the pharmaceuticals, the water, because, so that means the water is radiation, isn't it?
It's both. You got, because if you're dealing with the fumes, that's radiation, that's radiating off. You know what I'm saying? Because you got mist, and then you got vibrations. So the water itself may be poison, or the body of the water is poison. So that's infused. That's chemical warfare. Or that's poison. You got the mist that comes off. You know what I'm saying? That's chemical warfare. That's aerial.
Okay.
And then you got the pulsations that come off of water. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of weird understanding of how I'm trying to say this. You know what I'm saying?
No,
but
I'm understanding.
it's the pulsations that's coming off of the water, which are similar to the mist, but it's a whole different type of vibration that's hitting you. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like the same thing, but you have to understand that it's two different forces hitting you. So when you think about the mist can only affect you if it accumulates on your skin or you breathe it in. But the radiation is still gonna course up against your body and your hair follicles, and the frequency that you're on is gonna take that in as well. So when I speak about radiation on this level, it's physical, but it would be better translated through the understanding of spiritual knowledge. So when I say the radiation, I don't want it to just seem like it's all physical. Even though it is, you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Because the radiation is a spiritual warfare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This whole spiritual warfare. This is what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, it just looks physical, to the human eye. This is all spiritual.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why I was told in a meditation that I was not fighting against that flesh and blood. That this was spiritual, with high places, high and low, as above, so below. That there was warfare that I see, but it was over my head and under my feet.
Yeah.
That I'm on the middle level of this thing.
Yeah, that's heaven and earth, and you're the channel in between, or the pillar that holds up the two. You know what I'm saying? That's why we have to correct the earth and correct the heavens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
to be in our right nature.
That's why I was connected to you, because I was told that we have more power than them, these forces.
Yeah, most definitely.
We have more power. They can't kill us. We ain't never been dead.
Yeah.
They tried, though. They tried. This is what I was told. I told they tried their best to kill you and me, but they couldn't.
Yeah. That's why I talk about... I was just going to say, that's why I speak about we the dragons. The dragons is the ancient, the wisdom, and the black body. So, I just want to thank you for the conversation. It was nice.
I had to videotape this because it's the signs of the sky, right? Some things I see is like really, really deep. Look at the colors. Absolutely beautiful. It's deep, people. Stop fighting each other. Stop the racial wars. Stop focusing on the police and the stage show. And go outside and look up. You're distracted from very interesting time in our lives. Be peaceful. Love you all. Hey, I'm just a messenger. I can't make anyone do anything. I don't even want that job. Believe me, I tried that for 20 years. It doesn't work. But go outside, people. Could you please look up and stop fighting? Really? Do you know they got FEMA camps waiting for you? Chill. Everyone wake up and really see what's going on. Don't be caught up in the hype. It's an illusion. This is what's really going on. I'm out. Peace.